'Tis the season, my little ghoul drools, and this video is about the spooky scaries. It's the genre that makes you feel like at any moment you might have to put down your controller and maybe do a little diaper check.
Can we get a wizard diaper check, please?
Talking about the horror genre. Horror is like eating ghost peppers for fun. You're crying, you're sweating, and your boy Bobby Freak calls you a and your stomach starts doing little shakes. But you'll still eat another one because apparently that's fun. Horror's the same way. You want to be scared, even though your heart's like, you better cut that shit out or I'm gonna stop keeping you alive. But we do it anyway because deep down humans love pain, especially if it's wrapped in good storytelling and cool lighting. So let's dive into this oversaturated genre. Once upon a time, horror movies were the thing. You had Alien, The Shining, The Thing, Saw, all legendary. Each one made you terrified of something different. Aliens, the unknown, violence, your uncle who cornered you at the Christmas party. There are tons, and I mean tons of old classic horror movies. Back then, horror wasn't just loud random noises, it was psychological. It was about dread. You didn't know when the scare was coming, you just knew that it was going to come. And every second that it didn't come, you were dreading it more and more. But then the sequels came, and then the prequels came. And then the reboot of the sequel's reboot that's actually a prequel to the reboot. Suddenly every horror movie is part of a cinematic universe. Like, why does Annabelle have more lore than the Bible? Like, how many haunted houses are these two goobers gonna almost die in before they're like, maybe we should stop doing that? And then the scares got lazy. You can feel the jump scares coming a mile away. The music fades, the camera pans slowly, and you're like, here it comes, it's right, it's boom! Oh wow, how creative, a loud noise and a burn victim. 10 out of 10, we've hit the pinnacle. Wrap it up and make a cinematic universe, so we don't have to try anymore. This shit prints money. Horror movies became the equivalent of a prank channel. It's not scary, it's just fucking loud. But there are still bangers. Midsommar, Hereditary, The Ritual, Sinners, absolute bangers. Proof that if filmmakers focus on actually writing an interesting narrative instead of getting cheap scares while making the next spin-off of cinematic universes, horror movies can still hit. So here's hoping for another Sinners type movie instead of Saw 47 and the Return of the Jigster. This time it's actually just tax fraud. Ooh, spooky, the IRS.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Books, remember those? Pages, paper, the things that go... You know, books. Hello, book talk girlies. Oh my god, does remembering books make me old? Hallucinating at dead trees is a time-honored tradition since before even Jesus Christ was on Earth. So obviously, horror literature goes way back. We're talking Dracula, Frankenstein, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm gonna be real, I didn't actually read that last one, I just know that it's a very important one. Nonetheless, these stories were revolutionary. You see, back in the peasant times, you didn't have the glorious free market to bully you into paying another $10 for a Netflix subscription. So if you wanted entertainment, you had to do the one thing that most Americans have a hard time doing, and that's reading. To be fair, I don't think peasants were spending their hard-earned shillings on a Dracula or Frankenstein book. To those that did read, these stories were revolutionary. They made people afraid of the dark, science, and themselves. The duality of man and existentialism. The kind of buzzwords that your high school teacher would make you write about during summer break. No, because obviously I didn't want to use my summer vacation for, having fun. I wanted to read Grapes of Wrath. Like, that's a book. That is a book. It's a lot harder to find precursors of what horror novels would be because around this time, horror novels were more of a undefined genre. Like, yeah, vampires and zombies and all this stuff, werewolves, they're all scary, but you know, these kind of cryptids and characters were just starting to come out. So you didn't really have full-on horror stories based around Frankensteins. That would come much, much later, and let's be honest, they're just not the cultural juggernaut they used to be. You don't see kids going to the library and whipping out Goosebumps anymore. Horror novels have kind of slid into a niche territory where loyal fans still swear by Stephen King, but for the most part, horror writers don't really pop up into the culture the same way that movies and games do.
Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
Oh boy, this is it. This video games. Video games might as well be the king of modern horror. Horror games don't just show you fear. They hand it to you and go, good luck, idiot. When you're watching a horror movie, it's easy to sit back and judge. It's easy to just point at your screen and yell out, "What is this shit? Did your parents never teach you about stranger danger? You're 12, why are you so brave?" But when you're the one holding the controller, suddenly you're the idiot. Suddenly you're like, well, maybe if I just peek a little, and BAM! You're dead and your fucking shorts are absolutely soiled. You have no clean underwear because you didn't do your laundry. Anyways, what was I saying? Horror games just hit different because when you're the one making all the decisions, suddenly it feels more real. Games like Slender Man and SCP Containment Breach were literally duct taped together on a laptop from 2006, yet they worked. They had like 4 polygons and 2 sound effects, but somehow it made you afraid of the color gray. These guys are the big daddies, the pioneers of what video game horror would become. AAA video game companies would actually jump onto the horror game bandwagon. You have your Silent Hills and your Resident Evil, and even Left 4 Dead. But let's be honest, because of the AAA title, these games had to be toned down a little bit for more general audiences, leaving the horror genre of video games to be forefronted by indie game studios. And it wouldn't be until much later until the release of Five Nights at Freddy's where you would get horror games that defined a generation. And then after that, you had Phasmophobia, and a little bit later, Lethal Company, which started the movement of FriendSwap horror games, and I love it. Co-op horror is a territory that has infinite replayability and infinite fun factor. It's one thing to play a video game on your own and be scared, but it's a completely different thing when you're doing it with your friends. Co-op horror has the ability to make you laugh till you die, all the while still being extremely scary. The moments when you get split up, or when the game itself splits you up from your group, these are the moments that make you go, oh shit, I'm still playing a horror game. Games like Labyrinthine are such a great experience, and I really hope for more of this kind of gameplay. And I don't think that we're gonna have to wait that long because, like I briefly mentioned earlier, most of these games that pop off and become extremely popular are actually indie games. And the saving grace of that is that you don't have to wait years and years for a game to come out. All you need is a scary idea, some scary sound effects, and you got yourself a decent horror game. So by the power of the dollar, please go encourage these indie studios, because good God, do I want some more good horror games. I think I've said all I need to say. So happy Halloween, and go out there and do something freaky. Oh my God, I'm going to. Ay, dude, 2 videos in 1 month is insane. I am never doing that again. I hope that you guys genuinely enjoy this, because once a month is enough. These videos kill me. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video, because I loved making it. And, well, happy Halloween. I don't really know when I'm going to post again, since November and December is going to be pretty packed. And I was thinking about social media. I don't really have any, well, active social media. So if you guys wanted to, like, you know, follow what I do, like progress on videos and stuff, let me know. Twitter, fucking Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. However you guys feel is the most relevant. I'm not ancient, but at the same time, I don't use social media, so let me know in the comments, like the video, market it, share it with your friends, yeah. Oh, also, yeah, I had to get in my own jump scare because, well, it's a Halloween video. What can you do? Alright, happy Halloween.